It is a big week for you. Cancer, this is your week ahead astrology forecast for the dates of March 17th to the 23rd. I've been forgetting to throw that in. This is definitely all aligned to Cancer sun signs because I am taking the measurements of about where your sun is. And I don't know specifically where your sun is, you do. So what I'm going to say to you is this. If your natal sun is between 0 and 10 degrees Cancer, you are Cancer ones. You are in the first decant or the first 10 degrees of Cancer. If your zodiac, if your natal sun is between 10 and 20 degrees Cancer, your natal sun is in the second decant of Cancer. And if your natal sun is between 20 and 30 degrees Cancer, your natal sun is in the third decant of Cancer. These decants are groups of 10 degrees. And what they do is help me understand the aspects or the angles that your natal sun is making to the current position of the planets. And that's going to tell how they're interacting with you and your life. So let's get to it. Let's start general with what affects all of you all the time, and it's that little luminary called the moon. And we do have a new moon this week. It is on March 21st in the zodiac sign of Aries, which is in a natural square to the zodiac sign of Cancer since it is another cardinal sign. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to mean horrible things are happening, but when a new moon is square to you, there can be challenges. This time around, the challenges have to do with deciding what the new thing is you want to start or deciding to start it. There's some sort of hang-ups or hiccups when it comes to you actually being able to take action to start the new thing. This is of new fire moons, right? So the best way to manifest on a fire moon is to take action. It's not about burning something or praying something or chanting something. It's about doing something. Since fire is action and action is doing, and you create fire within yourself, you create heat within yourself by taking action, especially in the zodiac sign of Aries. The modality to this new moon is don't just talk about it, don't just pray about it, do it. Take action. You want a new job? Put your application in. Go ahead, send it. Go ahead, do that application. Go ahead, talk to that person. Go right up to their door, knock on it and say, look over my stuff. If you want a new relationship, get on one of those websites, get on one of those apps, go out and go on a date. It doesn't mean this is your next true love. It means you are taking action. And that is what's going to tell this new moon energy that this is what you want. This is what you welcome in your life. When it comes to a new moon, Cancers, the number one way to manifest with a new moon in fire signs is to do, to take action. Don't ask, don't pray, do. So the one group of you where this is going to be the most difficulty is Cancer ones, especially those of you who are born on the Gemini cusp, which is basically, I would say maybe your birthdays are definitely June 22nd to the 24th, maybe up to the 25th. In fact, as this week goes on, it kind of spreads out into more of you because Mars is impacting you guys. Mars is actually in the beginning of this week, 26 degrees Gemini. But by the end of the week, it's at 29 degrees Gemini. So it is right there about to enter Cancer. In fact, Mars will enter Cancer on the 25th. So on that Saturday. And this week casts out forecasts to the 23rd, which is that Thursday before the new week, the new Friday begins. But I mean, by Saturday, Mars is at 0 degrees Cancer. So your natal suns, if you're on that Gemini cusp, your natal suns are already conjuncting Mars. And by the end of the week, it's going to be even more intense. But when this new moon happens, you cuspers, that Mars is square to the new moon. It's square the sun, it's square Mercury, it's square the new moon. Oh, and by the way, yes, Mercury is conjunct the new moon as well, which means it is very clear. It is very distinct. It is very much there, right? A sense of maybe the way that you use your words is tripping you up. Maybe something about words or the way that you can't find the right words is tripping you up. But it's going to be especially you guys, Cancer ones, but specifically the earliest of Cancer ones. Those cuspers that are going to, you're going to have to end something and stop something. Okay, let me go back. you're going to have to end something and stop something before you can begin the new thing. All of the Cancerians, I would say all of the zodiac signs, pretty much, it is about taking the action to manifest on this new moon. For you guys, the action that you have to take to manifest on this new moon, what you have to show the universe, what you have to do to show the universe you really want it, is to end the stuff that has been getting in your way. You have to stop something before you can begin something new. How do I know that? Because this entire new moon is sextile to Pluto. And Pluto is this is an opportunity for an ending, guys. This is an opportunity for an ending. And Pluto is in direct opposition to you. Pluto is at 29 degrees Capricorn, which is in direct opposition to Cancer 1s. No, it's not. It's in direct opposition to Cancer 3s. So I'm sorry about that. But ultimately, it is sextile to this new moon, which means there's an opportunity for an ending here. And I think the reason is because it becomes very clear what you want, like what the new thing is that you actually desire. But your caveat is you gotta finish this old thing. You got to finish this old thing, and that's the action that you have to take to begin the new thing. It's not just about jumping in this new thing. It's about finishing the old thing to make room to take action on the new thing. It's like the new thing wants to happen for you guys, but the ending has to come first. So let's get deeper into this, okay? Cancer 1s. Like I said, especially those of you who are born on the cusp. Your natal sun is conjunct to Mars, which is a whole hell of a lot of energy. Like you will naturally want to just take off and skyrocket into something, right? And be very physical. Watch yourselves. Watch yourselves, because you could be too physical and land head first somewhere as well. So I heard it best. I think it was Steve Judd that described a Mars Sun conjunction as, if you control it, it's great. But if it controls you, it could be disastrous and even injurious. So the conjunctions are they're kind of neutral. They're neither good nor bad, right? They're neither difficult or not. It's just how do you use the energy? Because it's a big bunch of energy when it's the sun and Mars. So you have to get out ahead of this. It's very important for you guys, conjunct Mars, to really take not just take initiative, but take control and use your brain. Now that's not going to be the easiest because Mars is square to Mercury. So it's going to be a lot about slow myself down, slow my roll, breathe, count to 10 before I say anything or do anything, because this level of impulsivity could really ground me. And that's not what you want. You want to use it to skyrocket you, but it has to be intentional and it has to be with thought. It must be, or it could be disastrous. This is just an FYI. Now, also, you guys are sextile to Venus conjunct the North Node. So it's a very romantic time. It's a very sexual time. It's a very sensual time, considering Mars is conjunct your natal sun. So which means Mars is sextile to Venus right now. And Venus is on the North Node, which means she wants something new. She wants something fresh. You know, I mean, like, that's, I don't know how else to say it. I'm going to be pretty blunt with you. That's kind of what's happening. But you got to end the old before you can begin the new. I'm just going to say it again, which means a sense of, you know, Venus represents a lot. This is finance. This is money. This is also romance. This is also sexuality. So be sure whatever it is, you don't overspend by putting a down payment on a new house before you've sold the old one. Because then you'll be caught in a kerfuffle that could make you lose both the old house and the new house. So definitely you guys are going to have to end things before you begin the new. And by ending the thing, almost guarantee that the new will be successful, because that's what the universe is looking for in you. The universe is looking for you to say, okay, I'm taking responsibility over my actions. I'm taking authority over myself. I'm going to officially end this thing before I begin this new thing. So the ending of that old thing is going to officiate the new thing. FYI. Now, you are also trying to Saturn, which is going to help you out a lot. And in fact, grounding yourselves with the conjunction to Mars is very important. And the trine to Saturn is nice because there's sort of like it's easier for you to take authority over yourself. It's easier for you to be okay with taking things more seriously and going a little bit more slowly. That is a very helpful aspect to you this week. This could also be you getting along really, really well with authority figures. I mean, with my natal sun sextile to Saturn, I would love to go for a job interview. I would love to go and, consult a board of some kind, because you will have a fluency when dealing with authority, rules, laws, and regulations. And so that is a very helpful energy for you, especially with all the other stuff that you're dealing with. Cancer 2s, those of you who are born mid-Cancer season, and it includes my birthday on July 6th. Basically between July 2nd and July 12th is where your birthdays would fall. Remember, each month is about 30 to 31 days, so just divide them into 3, guys. Just divide them into 3. But it's not just the month, right? Because Cancer season doesn't start in July, it starts in June. But cast out about 30 days from there, you can kind of tell the sections and how they would translate to your birth date, not just your natal sun degree, FYI. So we have Cancer 2s. So we are sextile to Uranus. That is nothing new. It has been there, and it's been there going to be there for a while. I think 3 more years, or 2 more years, or something like that. So it's come on, it's there. It's sextile to our sun. Maybe the next year, yeah. What does Uranus sextile our sun mean? It means we want something different. We want something new. We're looking for the abnormal. The surprises are happy to us. It's like surprise opportunities. And so let's pray for the good ones. We are still square to the Chiron-Jupiter conjunction, which has been causing a lot of irritation. It's been causing a lot of, I think, frustration and a sense of, come on, why is this so hard? That kind of energy. But Jupiter is now pulling away from Chiron. And that still leaves Chiron at 14 degrees Aries. But it also means that Jupiter is going to be at 18 degrees Aries, 16 degrees Aries, or something like that. And it means that Jupiter has gotten on the other side. It's like the pain is not going to be so expansive. It's going to be more rewards than pain from here on in. And that is a very, very good thing for us. Remember, because as Jupiter grows closer to Taurus, it grows closer to a natural sextile to us and our natal suns. So we want Jupiter pulling away from Chiron, right? So it's not so dramatic and so big, the pain, the frustration, having to learn from it. It's going to be a little bit more manageable, right? And it's going to go back to being inspired to do something and be better, as opposed to feel like we have to, or being forced to, or like we're up against some clock. The exacerbation that Jupiter could make us feel when you're in a square to something like that is pretty intense, and it's not helpful. So as Jupiter pulls away, it lessens. That conjunction between Chiron and Jupiter lessens, and so will the intensity of the pressure on us. So that's a good thing. Cancer 3s, you guys are conjunct Pluto. I misspoke in the beginning. It is especially those of you who are on the Leo cusp. Your natal sun is absolutely conjunct Pluto, but it's not conjunct Pluto, opposite Pluto, and it's been there for a while. So there are going to be shocking, surprise, ultimate endings. There are going to be absolute shocking new beginnings. There are going to be things that kind of are fated. You don't really have much control over. So there's just a sense of this is a defining moment in your life right now, and Pluto moves slowly, so it's there for a while. It's almost like a dharmic check-in, a sense of, are you ready to change? Well, ready or not, here it comes. But like I said, you've been dealing with that for a while, so I don't think it's going to overtake any of you or blow you away at this point. Your natal suns will be trine to this new moon. It's going to be trine the sun, trine to Mercury, trine to the moon while it's in the beginning degrees of Aries. So you're going to be trine to the new moon. And that means that there's an ease with you guys. I mean, you've been sitting with Pluto in opposition to your natal sun. It's ending shit whether you like it or not. So unlike Cancer 1s, you don't have to make the choice to get something out of your way. That shit's already been taken out for you. So for you, the blessing comes now in, okay, now I know I have room. Now I know exactly the new I want to start, the new action I want to take. And for you guys especially, you should just take that action. I mean, don't let anything hold you back, and don't let anything make you question things. Take the action. I'm not saying throw yourself headfirst over a cliff, but you've been thinking about this for a while. Definitely make the call. Definitely put in the resume or whatever it is. Take the action because you're ready, because you've already gotten cleared out, or the clearing out is happening. So it is definitely time for you to welcome in the new and direct the universe as to what the new thing is that you want to take action on. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if it has to do with your body, you know, because Aries energy is very physical. So there is that sense of, I want to do something with how I feel, with my health, with my body, with how I look. It's not about aesthetics so much as just being strong and using your body again and getting out and being active. This is a great time for you guys to initiate that. So guys, if you have any questions, absolutely leave them down below. Let me know if any of you have discovered what the subruler, your subruler of your decant is. That would be awesome to know. I know mine. I know ours. Cancer 2s. I know ours. So I would like to check out the comments. Leave your comments below. And definitely subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell if you find that these videos are helpful and interesting and you want to join the conversation. I do a daily astrology live chat. All you have to do is subscribe and ring the notification bell so you can join in too. I love you guys, and hopefully I will see you over in the Cancer Tarot card reading, where we'll drum up a lot of new information over on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. I will see you guys in the videos.